Hi, I'm Rabbi Ariel Rakovsky, and welcome to another edition of Tefilah Tuesdays. As we conclude Ava Rabbah, we begin the Tefilah that is really the centerpiece of the second half of davening, and that is the Shema. In fact, the Shema is bookended by the Birkos Kriya Shema, the brachos that lead up to Shema, and the brachos afterwards that lead away from Shema, and that introduce, or that are the segue in between the Shema and the Shemona Esrei. The Shema, of course, contains three paragraphs. There is the Shema, there is V'haya im Shemoah, and then there is the Parshas HaTzitzis, the Parsha that it forms the maftir of Parshas Shlach, that describes the mitzvah of Tzitzis. And of course, the purpose of these three paragraphs is to serve as a statement of faith. Twice a day we recite them in the morning at Shachris, we recite them in the evening at Mariv, as it says in the Shema itself, B'shochbecha uvkumecha, when you go to sleep and when you wake up. So we end and begin our day with this declaration of faith. If you look at the main components of the three paragraphs of the Shema, it talks about the unity of God. It talks about God as the being that bestows reward and punishment. That's what V'haya im Shemoah is about. If you listen to the mitzvos, then you will be rewarded, and if not, if you sin, then you will be punished for it as well. And then finally, it ends off with Ani Hashem Elokeichem Asher Hotzesi Eschem Me'eretz Mitzrayim. That's what the Parsha of Tzitzis is about. That God is the God that took us out of Egypt, and that Yetzias Mitzrayim, of course, is a centerpiece of the Jewish experience and of the experience of believing in God. So this is what the three paragraphs of the Shema are about, and actually, there are many commentators that have pointed out that contained within the three paragraphs of the Shema are references to all 10 commandments. If you look throughout the Shema, you will see that there are that you have references, that you have parallels with all of the 10 commandments. So, for example, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, I am Hashem, your God, who's taken you out of Egypt. That is the parallel, of course, to Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, God is one. And it's lo yel, or for example, Ani Hashem Elokeichem Asher Hotzesi Eschem Me'eretz Yisrael. Really, that is the parallel. I am Hashem, your God, who has taken you out of Egypt. Or for example, when the Torah prohibits adultery, so then also in the Parsha of Tzitzis it says, Lo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem. Do not act on the impulses of your heart and of your eyes, which is so often what leads people into those compromising situations in the first place. So we have throughout the Shema references to the 10 commandments. But what is perhaps most instructive, perhaps most fundamental, is one of the first words in the Shema prayer, and that is the word Echad. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. God is, Echad usually is translated as one. That is that's what comes up so many times. For example, in the Seder we conclude, among the things that we sing is Echad mi yodea. Who is one? God is one. But the Rav explained that Echad does not mean one. Echad means Yachid, that God is unique. That one of the fundamental principles of Jewish faith is that we have to believe not only that there is only one God, that we are monotheistic, but there is nothing that is similar to God. There is nothing that has powers that even approach God. God is sui generis. He is completely unique. He is above any description of he or she or it. It is not possible really for us to comprehend this. But what we do know, what we do sense, is that God's power is all-encompassing and cannot be described in reference to anything else. It cannot be likened to anything else. That is what Hashem Echad means. Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. God is our God, and He is unique in His all-encompassing powers and all-encompassing abilities. I'll see you next time.